many politicians are also parents themselves. So it is a way of establishing a relationship with them and asking them to think about the future of their own kids. And it's a sort of connection there that I think parents, again, are uniquely positioned to engage and bring these issues to the politicians. It's not just politics out there, it's your family too. So it makes it personal. Yeah.
Sadly, a lot of politics is about how do I get reelected? How do I stay in power? Like that's one of the big motivating factors. So I think being able to say this is such an important issue for our young people, especially teenage kids who are coming up to be voting, that seems to really get their attention. And makes them think forward to like, okay, what kind of vision and government should we have in Canada, and what are the things we should be doing to protect the next generation? So I think it changes the scope of the conversation a little bit to forward thinking and like, what do we need to invest in to keep our kids protected and safe? So yeah, I think there are, I guess, other segments that can talk about that, but I think when you talk about it from your heart as a parent, it really also has this emotional impact on politicians that's really unique. They really just want to hear from you, having a couple of points that you want to bring up about why you care, and you don't have to know a lot about policy. You can just talk about why you as a parent are worried about climate change. And I think just having that kind of a conversation makes just as big as an impact as talking about key demands to change a bill that's on the floor. So I think just come at it from where you can and what you can do and what you do know. And if you want to get more involved, there's resources to help you feel more prepared, I guess, and supported to do.
One of the things that parents could do if you're just completely new to all of this is reach out to those who have done it before. So contact your local For Our Kids group. I think there are many parents in those groups who would be happy to buddy up with you and go through the process with you. So you're not going to be left on your own to do this. You'll have someone there. We can show you some of the materials that we have used, show you the emails that we use to send the initial invitation, and share resources. So I think go to your local group, find a buddy, and you will then be in a position to buddy up with someone else in a few months' time and keep the ball rolling. That's my advice.
It's just important to do something. It feels really good. It feels like you're actually contributing to a positive change. So just sending an email, there's lots of templates. Some of those first level kind of actions are easier. You can kind of get familiar with the material and what we're talking about for the changes that need to be made to these laws or to other actions that we're doing in For Our Kids. And also like practicing with a phone call. It's maybe a little less intimidating than having a meeting with a politician, but you could just call and leave a message with their staff. They're a little bit more approachable, and you can chat and ask questions, but also to say, I would like you to pass on my concerns to the MP. It can kind of feel overwhelming. So I wanted to share that is something I felt, because I think I've heard it from other people too. It's like, oh, I can't keep up with this. But the thing that's really helped me keep going is the network itself, and having collaborators like Anne and people, we are all jumping in at times with what we can gather, the info we can share. And it's been really helpful and supportive to have other people to follow things when I can't, or help explain things and ask questions amongst ourselves. So yeah, I guess for those that are feeling a bit overwhelmed by getting involved in processes like this, I think joining a network like For Our Kids can be a way to make it possible. Because if I was just doing this on my own, I probably would have just given up after sending an email. It's a lot to follow.
If every MP was receiving calls, requests for meetings from parents, concerned citizens across the country, what could be achieved? I do think that meeting with MPs and doing this kind of lobbying work is sometimes an overlooked area of political action. If people are thinking of activism, they may more often be thinking of getting out in the streets, which is also an important thing to do. But meeting with your MPs is something that the fossil fuel companies do all the time. And so we need to be doing that too. And if we can imagine in having all of our MPs, you know, having 20, 30 meetings lined up of concerned citizens, I think that that would really have a serious impact. So I would encourage everyone to take this step.